The Whiskey Sour. The Whiskey Sour is a classic cocktail and it's one of my favorites. It can be served with or without egg whites, and it can be served on the rocks or up. Personally, in the summer, I like it served on the rocks with no egg whites, but in the winter, I like it served up with the egg whites. Today, I'm going to show you the version using the egg whites. You're going to need bourbon of your choice, fresh squeezed lemon juice, simple syrup, a raw egg, and then optional Angostura bitters for the garnish at the end. To get started, we're going to cool down our coupe glass. A little bit of ice in it, put it aside. And notice our shaker is empty as we get started. Reason for that is when you're using egg whites, any cocktail that uses them, you have to do what's called a dry shake. Now, a dry shake isn't actually dry, it just means that we're going to shake all the liquid ingredients together first without ice, and then we will add the ice after and reshake. So let's get started. I personally like Evan Williams Bottled and Bond because it's a little higher proof, and I find higher proof bourbon cuts through the lemon juice a little better, so you still get the flavor, but any bourbon of your choice will work. We're going to go 2 ounces. Then fresh squeezed lemon juice, we're going to go with 1 ounce. And then for the simple syrup, we'll go 3/4 of an ounce. And then the tricky part is the egg white. There's lots of different ways for straining it out, but I'm a clumsy ox, so I just like to break it in a little bowl. Discard the shell, and then I've tried spooning it out, but for me the easiest way to get the yolk out is just to grab it and discard it. Then we're going to pour that into our mix there. Now, if you don't want to get your hands dirty, of course I started with clean hands, or your guests don't want your hands in their drink, you can also use a spoon to get the yolk out. Just got to try to do it without breaking it, which for me always seems to be a little tricky, but let's try. So we're going to come in here and just try to grab the yolk out, and fail. But anyhow, that's why I use my hands to get the yolk out. But any way you can strain the egg whites out is fine. All right, now that we got everything in here, as I said, we're gonna give it a dry shake. We're just gonna shake it up without any icing. Now that we have it shaken, we're just gonna add our ice. Now we're gonna shake it with ice. Then grab your Hawthorne strainer, dump your ice, and strain it into your glass. And the egg whites are what's giving it that nice creamy foam on the top. Now it's fine to serve it just like that, but if you want to be a little fancier, you can take some Angostura bitters, put them into a glass, and I use one of the skewers. Dip it in there, and you can either dot it around or try to write something in it. Like so. Whatever you want to put in there will work. Then grab your favorite cocktail napkin and serve. The Whiskey Sour.